I'm so into you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Don't know what to do. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review the season finale of That's It. We've come to the end of the road. That's it. Wait. Wrong group. Wrong song. But we've come to the end of the road. This is the season finale of SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B, which was chronicling these two groups coming together to put a show together. We saw all the drama. I mean, there's been drama in the blogs. There's been so much. There's a little friction between the two groups. A whole bunch of messes going on. So now here we are at the season finale, episode 6. And who knows, they might not even do a second season the way things are going. So much going on. But now here we are at the finale where the ladies are preparing for the final show. I mean, not the final show, preparing for finally for the show that they're going to do together after bickering out who going to headline, whose song going first, this, that, all this petty, ridiculous stuff. But, you know, that's what they sell on these reality shows is drama. But before I get into that, I got to give a shout out to Coy, one of my subscribers holding me down in this comment section. Coy, Savannah Rivers Amore, a.k.a. Latasha Scott herself, Savannah Rivers Amore. She gonna get me for saying that. Bo Lydia Walton. Who else? They made some funny comments too. June BLC, my cousin Wendy that's been watching the show, and all the rest of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving comments down below on the show and keeping this channel going and growing. You know, it's a little small channel, but we getting there. We moving up there. We getting up there, right? So anyway, question before I go into the review. Y'all know that Latasha Scott's album is out, right? It came out on Good Friday. Did anybody purchase it? Did anybody listen to it? Did they stream it? I heard a few songs, but I didn't buy anything. I want to know. I need to Google to see how well it's doing on the charts, how it's doing on the Billboard gospel charts. Is it tearing up the charts, or did this backfire and hurt her like I said it was? The last time I looked on her page, she had something like she was singing somewhere, and they were still leaving negative comments down on her because this show makes her look bad. Makes her look bad, but you know, who knows? So anyway, the episode picks up where the last one left off, where the girls of Xscape are having a meeting, and Latasha's there, and I was cracking up. They pull out receipts, it's printouts of Rocky talking to some promoter, basically getting kickbacks, you know what I'm saying, getting a little money on the side. He's telling them, listen, this is what we're going to do. My wife can guarantee you that all 4 girls going to be in the group. And with that being said, you know, you slide me a little 20K on this side. So not only was he allegedly stealing from poor Tamika, you taking from the group too. You get a little extra side money, whatever. So that scene was funny to me because Latasha coming in, she looked at the paper, she said, what is this? And I'm like, what you mean, what is this? So you saying that this is, you saying that this is supposed to be him saying this to some promoter? How you know? And they were like, that's your husband's phone number. Those are the text messages. We have the printouts. We have the text messages. It came from his phone. How you trying to say this is fake? What's up with you? What's wrong with you? How you trying to say it's fake? And she was like, I don't know. Let me call him. So she calls him, and he gets on the phone. Rocky gets on the phone. He's like, don't speak for me. Don't speak for me. I'm like, oh my goodness. Let me speak for myself. He said, I ain't take nothing from you, Jive Time Turk. No, he ain't say that, but basically he minds well because he sound like a old school pimp anyway. He was like, I ain't take nothing from nobody. I ain't take nothing from y'all. He said, listen, I got my text. I could show you my text to him, and it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. And I'm like, okay, so where did these texts come from? What's going on? So Rocky's basically saying he ain't take no money. Then in their confessional, because, you know, Tasha was like, I can't deal with this. She's like, you know, he's like, look, y'all can believe what y'all want to believe. She's like, I can't deal with this. She calls her mother, you know, the 5th member of Xscape. She calls her mother on the phone, and she's telling her, she said, listen, look, my family's falling apart, and they want to start this mess about some money. Ma'am, if you stole the money, it's looking a little bad. This kickback thing is looking a little bad. So then in the confessional, Latasha and her husband state, she says, listen, wasn't no kickback. What it is, he said, first of all, when I get some money, it ain't no taking from nobody. It's because they owe me because I did the job. It ain't no kickback. She said basically, you do get a little something when you make a deal. People do get more when they make a deal, something like that. The rest of the ladies of Xscape wasn't feeling that. They wasn't. Candy especially was like, nah, come on. I know that's your husband and all that. He represents you, but this ain't right. And she said, I ain't had nothing. You think I had something to do? So all that, they're denying that they did it. It's looking a little shady. It's looking a little bad. And like this whole season has just been nothing but drama for the ladies of Xscape. They all personally need to get some therapy going on, something. So moving right along, they start preparing for the show, and they saying they're going down to California to do this show, and we learn Latasha is going to have her own. She renting out a house. She ain't staying with the ladies. She's like, nah, I ain't staying with them chicks. I ain't got no time for this. And her and Rocky have this conversation. He's like, this might be, you might be able to prepare. Like, this might be it. You might not ever work with them again because, this ain't looking good. But then in interviews, Latasha's saying she's still a part of Xscape. And that, maybe something to work out. I don't know. But I think they need some kind of therapy, especially the whole group need to sit down on somebody's couch and work all this stuff out. And the sisters especially need to work things out. They really need to work things out. So anyway, we get to the place, they're getting ready. Latasha got everybody comes in normally, normal. Latasha come in with her entourage, and even Lily made a joke, said, look, here come Diana Ross. She comes with her whole crew. She got her own stylist, she got assistants and this and that. And immediately the other members of Xscape noticed that. Now we see there's a little bit of friction because now we rehearsing, we getting things ready. And now listen, I sing too, and I've been in a few shows and stuff, so I know about that whole dress. That stuff can be fun, but can also be very stressful. Now, I'm not on their level, but I've been in productions and stuff, so I know how things can get heated and crazy. And so we see in this, they're trying to figure out what moves to do. And they got, like 2 days or a day until the show. And they still haven't figured out the choreography. They still haven't figured out the transitions of the songs. Then you see Coco getting aggravated, saying she want to fight folk because she ain't take her medication. And she's saying, listen, she ain't want to do the collaboration that Is My Living in Vain. She ain't want to do the song. She said, we don't do gospel in our set. And you could tell that those clips looked a little edited. They looked like there was some stuff missing because you see SWV doing all the talking and all the yakking, and the girls are escaping, not saying nothing. And I find that hard to believe. And then when they were trying to figure it out, Taj was saying, okay, you could say we can do some women's empowerment or something. And you could say something. It's trying to figure out if they're going to have a conversation, something. There was a lot of tension there, you could tell. And then, what's his name? Don Juan said something. And said something being corny, and they showed Todd saying, shut the F up. But according to her, on her Instagram live, she said that was edited. She never told him to shut the F up, nothing like that. And she didn't like how she felt like it made SWV seem bitter and mean or difficult, because she said it was a lot that we didn't see, and it was a lot of unorganization and just all this foolishness, and they were just tired and they just wanted to get on with the show. I can relate to that because I've been in some shows I've done. Look at me making it about me. I've done shows at like Radio City and NJ Packing theaters with choirs and backing people. And there's always with stuff like that, there's always going to be drama. There's always going to be nerves on high. So that's to be expected. So, but they get to the show. We see Showtime. And, this was funny. Tamika was saying, should she confront Tasha before the show or after? And they like, nah, you wait till after because you don't want to piss her off and then we can't get the show done. Let's just wait till after. And I thought it was hilarious how Tamika called Latasha's husband, Rocky, Edward Stealing Hands. That's messed up. And see that stigma is around them. And that this publicity is crazy. It's just drama around them. So now we get to the show. We see the performances. We see SWV doing anything. We see the set looks great. The performances look great. They seem to have pulled off a pretty good show. You know, we seen Escape doing their songs, and of course, SWV caved in and said, "Y'all go ahead. Y'all want to listen? Let them do what they want to do." So they did Weak first. Weak got a rousing applause. Then they did Understanding afterwards, and you know, it seemed like it got a good applause too. But we got to keep it all the way real. Weak is a huge song compared to Understand. It's a huge song. SWV has more hits. They tour the world. Yeah, but well, you know, I think they just did all that for the drama of the show. That's what I was thinking. But then when I see the interviews outside of the show, there does seem to be SWV does seem feel a little disrespected and feel like certain things that Candy said on her YouTube channel shouldn't have been said, and this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. But you got to understand, Candy is used to this reality show world stuff and used to going live and reacting and dealing with these social media folks and the people on Twitter and all that. She's used to that, her and Tiny. But the other members, the members of SWV are not used to that. And neither is Tamika and Latasha. They're not really used to that because they're not in that reality show world thing and all that stuff. Like, not at the extent of Candy and Tiny. So the show does well, does great. Then we go backstage, and Latasha and Tamika are trying to have a conversation that does not go well. She's like, "You my sister. What happened? Where's your family? What's all these people? This entourage, this and that. You think that's your family? You got all these people around you." And Latasha was like, "There's your family right there. There's your family right there." And she said, "Oh, so you don't want to be my sister?" And that was a sad scene to see. It was like she kind of dismissed her like that. But it was funny too, because I did laugh when Tamika said, you're gonna have but $18 left or something like that. She's messing around with them, you're gonna be broke and come running messing with them, all these entourage like you some big deal. She said this is not her sister. She said, well, all this entourage and all of this, you ain't gonna have no money with all these people on your staff. Come on, it's ridiculous. So, but you know, Latasha's hoping that this gospel album, The Invitation, gonna blow up. She's gonna be a big star, a solo star. And you know, that's what's gonna happen. So, unfortunately, that didn't go well. But you did see SWV and Xscape seem to get along towards the end and say, oh, it was worth it, it was fun. And they said there, oh yes, we could probably, if we had more rehearsal time and more space, more time to do this, we could actually put a show together. So they said that there, but of course, right now there's no show. The show ended with them showing us that SWV's managers letting them know that some of their singles are getting more success. Week is now triple platinum. I think it was Right Here that's platinum or something like that. The singles. So that's great, especially for a song that old to still be climbing the charts. That's cool. That's awesome. Then they mentioned how Xscape is going on tour as a trio. Latasha's gospel album came out on Good Friday, and that SWV is going on tour with Jodeci and Drew Hill. So still no SWV and Xscape tour, but who's to say that won't happen in the near future? Right now, everybody's going their separate ways. And who knows, maybe there'll be a season. I doubt there'll be a season 2. Maybe there will be if the money's right. You know, you never know. But I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was entertaining. I liked the music. I would have liked if they would have did after that episode, showed us the concert. Because I wanted to see the full concert, not just the little snippets of the performances. Because those were some good songs, you know. But yeah, I thought it was good. What do y'all think? What do y'all think gonna happen with Latasha? Oh, outside of the episode, there was an interview. I think that show is called Watch What Happens Live or Watch What Happens Next, something like that. I don't know. I saw it in passing. But Coco and Latasha was on there, and Latasha mentioned she cleared some things up, because remember they were saying, she said something when she was crying and begging for forgiveness. She said that she had an open marriage. She said that's not what she meant. She mean open marriage like he could bust it wide open and she could bust it wide open for other people. That's not what they meant. She said open, she meant communication. See, because I told you, you can't have no gospel album and talking about you in an open marriage. The church folk don't like that. They ain't buying your Take Me to the King album and you talking about you in an open marriage. That's not going to happen. We're not going to do that. So she cleared that up. She said, no, that's not what's going on. But there still seems to be more stuff. Something about Candy's mother calling her and all this. So they still have their drama. So let's hope and pray that they could work things out, especially the two sisters. To put all your dirty laundry out there like that it's just a bad look. And I hope they could work it out. I hope the Xscape can work through all of that. But right now, it's not looking like it is. So that's all I have for now. I enjoyed this episode. Tell me your thoughts, what you think about this episode. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.